I love
Eusebio. Welcome to I Haven't Seen Pulp Fiction Yet. You're catching us on our first episode. We're joined by Alina, the Master Chief Enjoyer, Miley from Twitter,
Oh, yeah.
formerly known as
Hey.
Twitter, and myself, the
Hey
guy.
guys.
If you haven't
The
seen us
guy.
before, which I know you haven't, we watch a new movie every 2 weeks and rotate personal picks between each other. It's almost like a movie book club kind of thing. But we watched Love Hurts. What did you guys think of it?
Yeah.
KU Quan. KU Quan.
Kiki.
Yes.
Huh?
Quan.
Kiki Quan.
Kiki.
Okay.
Quan.
I loved the movie. I thought that it was really good. At first, I was kind of like kind of iffy, but it's Ki Kwan, so I'm gonna ride it through. And then the first fight scene happened, and I was like, you know what? Hell yeah, this shit slaps. The fight choreography was amazing, and I feel like I'm dominating the conversation right now.
I thought it was okay.
Feel the same way. Not about you dominating the conversation, but the movie. I really loved the action subgenre of main character who escaped a life of killing only to be brought back into it. And, usually that shit just hits with me. Love
Mhm.
John Wick. I
Baller.
thought Nobody was really fun.
It's very
And-
nobody. Not John
and
Wick
I mean
coded,
that-
but nobody coded.
Because, Nobody is, vaguely John Wick coded, then Love Hurt is Nobody coded. You know what I mean?
Hell
It's the
yeah.
lower budget
Yeah.
kind of like.
Yeah. It's like a tier, you know.
That's still
You got
good.
John
I
Wick at
liked
the top.
Nobody a lot.
Yeah, Nobody is
so
really
did
good
I.
still. It's
I
still really
I
cannot
good.
like
wait
this
for
movie a lot
Nobody.
less than Nobody.
Mhm.
Yes,
still like
I
it.
would agree. Mainly for characters and acting. Honestly, I didn't. What was the main chick? Rose.
Rose.
I didn't like her character very much,
No.
which is
Yeah.
kind of tough, a main character. But then also, I think part of it is the acting. I didn't like the actress
No.
for her.
no.
I think if it was, we were talking about it earlier.
We were talking about it earlier when we left the theater, and it felt like I was watching Ariana DeBose act instead of watching like Rose go through this journey. Do you know what I mean? Because when I was watching Kei Kwan, I was like, oh, I'm watching Marvin's life. Like this isn't Kei Kwan to me. This is Marvin. But
Felt
then
like
when
she
it goes
was dropped
to
in there.
Rose, I'm like, this just isn't believable to me. And also,
Yeah.
it kind of felt like she was trying to do like a Suicide Squad Harley Quinn 2016 thing. I don't know. It was. I feel like with a different actress, it'd be a stronger movie. And that's
Also,
no hate to Ariana DeBose at all. I just don't think this was a good role
this
for
wasn't
her.
her role.
Yeah.
I don't think she did a very good job at showing that her character had chemistry with Marvin's,
Yeah.
because obviously it's supposed to be two ways, and by the end of the movie it's like, okay, so she actually is like in love with him, but the whole time I'm just
You just
like,
didn't. There wasn't that
doesn't feel
growth.
believable,
Yeah.
like at all. Again, was tough, especially when this is kind of like an action romance.
Mhm.
Kind of through and through. I mean, it's a Valentine's movie, but for action, the
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
thing has characters falling in love and repairing
Mhm.
relationships, and I like that. I like the kind of cheesy bits of it,
Yeah. Yeah.
and yeah. But my main thing is I love the fights. I think the action was very well done.
Mhm.
It was creative, and I'd like to. I don't know if you guys also would like to talk about like the final fight scene between Marvin and his brother.
Before
I
we
would
get
like to
there,
talk about that.
I would
So,
too. Before we get there, though, I feel like we haven't heard
We
much
should
from
also
our
kind of address,
resident
like,
guy.
spoilers after,
absolutely.
if we wanted to kind of address that.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of like about half as good, maybe like 70% as good as Nobody.
Yeah.
So like if that sounds
I'd
good to
be-
you, you'll probably check it out now.
Honestly, I would recommend it. Like, it is like
I
if
think
you
it's
like stuff
fun.
like that, it's a good watch.
I guess because
I wouldn't
we're
say
hitting
it's
spoilers,
incredible, but it's just fun.
but overall, I wouldn't recommend it. I think there's a lot better movies like that. You
Yep.
could just watch Nobody.
Nobody.
4 different John Wick movies.
Yeah,
or
you
I guess like
could.
5
Yeah.
now with Ballerina and whatever else they're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ballerina.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
I think
I enjoyed it. I didn't hate
yeah, it was fun. The best part, I will say I like the colors.
Yes, I
it.
loved.
It was shot
Yeah,
really well. I'll say from the
It
beginning
was
of the
shot
movie to the
beautifully.
end.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah.
Yes.
In terms of what you were saying earlier, Miley.
No, you're all good. I was gonna make like some stupid throwaway comment about like something from earlier in the movie.
You bet.
Oh.
I was gonna say, Alina, from what you were talking about earlier about the kind of like lead actress and kind of how that feels a little
Yeah.
weaker. That whole kind of like plot
Mhm.
line being in like that like mystery character that's kind of supposed to be interesting. You don't really know everything, but then by the end of the movie, you're kind of revealed the whole story on who they are and why they fit into everything.
Yeah.
You kind of don't get that in like the best way because you're with the character a
Mm-mm.
lot, but they're always referencing their past, but you never get an
Yeah.
interesting payoff on it. If anything, it feels
Yeah.
like that should have been like an opening to the movie or just like some sort
I
of like
agree.
important flashback to actually see some of these events, which I guess you do see it, but like
I like to see more.
that feels more like you're just given the context instead of a proper payoff or
Yeah.
enjoyable like climbing story. It does just kind of feel like you're just given, oh, that's kind of what I was assuming, but now I can see it and I kind of want a
Yeah.
bit more from that.
Yes.
All that story stuff did make me kind of ready for it to be done.
Yeah, I agree.
Even though it was short, I was kind of ready to be out of it, so like that's kind of
Mhm.
why it's
Yeah.
I wouldn't like overall recommend it, but it is.
It's a fun
I like
movie.
Kiki
It's
Kwan.
not
Mhm.
The
exactly.
performances are
He's
fun,
the best.
more or less, and the action is
He's
cool and it's funny and made me laugh.
yes.
There's some really creative
Yeah.
fights.
Yeah.
Yes. Um how much more do we want to talk about this?
Oh,
I
one thing
really
I do want to mention. I do want to
Mhm.
mention the score itself for the movie.
Yeah.
I really like the sounds and
I
like the
think the
songs and
sound
everything. One thing
sound
I
design was
did
really
notice
cool.
that I thought was so fun. Rose first goes into like LPK, I think what the building was called, and they start hitting her. Every time like a blow would land, like she would get hit. There was almost like a drum. Like I don't know if you guys picked up on that, but like every single time she was hit, there was a noise.
The sound design
Yeah,
was
the
really
sound design
cool.
was really good.
I'm a big fan of really quick little terms here because I don't know how to say it. I could just say music in the movie and music that isn't actually in the movie. But there's diegetic sound, which is movie like sounds that the characters in the movie are also hearing, and then non-diegetic that's added in post, obviously, but it's just like soundtrack stuff that isn't part of what the character's world is. I was a big fan of in that fight scene in the club or wherever it was when Marvin threw a guy into a jukebox and the music
Yeah,
changed. And
yeah.
I was like, okay, so it was all diegetic sound for them, which is really cool. I like that stuff. That's a little nerdy thing.
It's cool dynamic sound and environment.
It's just yes, another very good way of putting that. Yes, I like it a lot.
Mhm.
More about that kind of fight with all the goons, different from kind of nobody in John Wick. Marvin's character is typically more defensive and like nimble, so it's really fun to see him like actually dodge all of these attacks and
Yeah, yeah.
use agility rather than just brute strength.
The choreography
Mhm.
was neat.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's
I
one
really
scene that I
liked it.
think
Yeah.
of where like two guys on either side of him go at his neck with a knife and he leans forward and their arms are like on the back of his neck with
Mhm.
knives right
Mhm.
next to his face. I thought that was a really cool shot right there.
I don't know how you guys felt, but there was some intense like gore in the movie, sometimes out of nowhere, and
Yes.
sometimes it
Yes.
felt like it wasn't
There was a lot.
Mhm.
necessarily deserved
Mhm.
to me. Like
Yeah.
specifically the way Sean Astin was killed, which I guess
Yeah,
just
that
is
was wild.
the pivotal
Although
moment of why you're supposed to hate the bad guy. But like,
yeah, it was kind of brutal,
yeah,
but I will say, all the blood in the movie, I don't know if you noticed how, again, vibrant the color is,
yeah,
and
it felt very
kind of,
cartoony.
it felt very cartoony,
Although I will
and
say,
this
I
is
don't
gonna
know, some of
sound,
those scenes felt pretty
yeah,
brutal.
no, but here, hold up, it looked, and this is gonna maybe sound a little crazy, but and this might be a bit of a stretch, but it's a Valentine's movie, like, that's the
Mhm.
point of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
And
we should
it's
probably provide some
very,
context.
yeah. The whole movie is Valentine's. And I think all the blood that you can see, like kind of afterwards, if it's pooling or spilling or like whatever, it is very bright and shiny and almost candy
Like
like.
decorative.
Yeah.
Mhm. They made it
And
very red.
so, like, I noticed that throughout, like, the whole thing. Yeah, it was super obvious gore and blood, but it was, like, in a sense where, I don't know, it felt like they leaned so much into the color of Valentine's. Color of red, and
Yeah, they did.
red is also just a really interesting color. I think it's cool that they really leaned into that. All the blood was
Just
interesting.
tied into the color palette of the shots and
Yeah, it just
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of, yeah, it just kind of felt like it didn't feel as gross, maybe
Mhm.
to me because it just like it looked so like it was bringing you back into the fact that this is a brutal movie but also like this isn't real, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It was almost a little outdone sometimes and I like that vibe when they can pull it off where it's like this is brutal but also just look at how fake this still looks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
just to provide a little context on the story, I guess. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's Quan, who's a real estate agent, and he's very
Uh-huh.
proud of that. He's like climbed to that
loves
He's
it.
like top real estate.
That is his greatest
He
He
achievement.
won.
And
He
I
won
love
Real
him
Estate
for it.
Agent of the Year.
And I guess like spoilers, but he, is an ex-hitman who escaped his crime family and built up his life of his own. And the whole kind of story is just, I guess, what is like the inciting act? It's Rose coming back.
Rose
into his
essentially
life
his
after
life
this
comes
strange
back
death.
and he had like to haunt him essentially. Not haunt him, no. It's just that
Rose decides she's done hiding.
Mhm.
Yeah, Rose decides she's done hiding and decides to fuck everything up by sending everyone who thought she was dead letters. And then it brings him back because he was supposed to make sure that didn't happen.
Mhm.
Guy's shadowy figure from his past comes back and quite
Yeah.
literally tells him multiple times, "You're not done yet."
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
John Wick. Nobody.
Very
my
much.
God.
100%.
Mhm. Mhm.
Very much.
Have we gotten to the last fight scene yet?
No, I'm waiting.
Okay. Between like Knuckles and Marv.
I
Okay.
want to talk about the villain just like as a whole.
Yeah.
Before
Oh
we
yeah,
get
no,
Yeah.
no, no. As long as we can talk
Yes.
about that last fight scene, I'm happy.
Because there's some cool things there that I want to talk about.
It's absurd how it's like a Looney Tunes villain almost with his like
Yeah.
With the henchmen, yeah.
no
And the boba thief?
with the boba straws.
Yeah.
Now the first scene where you see him in, he's like talking, he's like profusely sweating and dabbing his face, except his
Oh, he
monologue is
looks
still
stressed
played
all the time.
Yeah, his monologue is still played completely straight.
I have one
never
also
address it.
small gripe about almost every time his character had a monologue and he was barely on screen. But if he was like, it looked like the ADR was just done bad. Like,
I did notice that
Yeah.
in
like
a
he
couple
wasn't
scenes.
saying his actual lines. He
I
was
noticed that too.
saying
I was like,
some words.
okay.
The overall thing, I will say, kind of felt like it was like not a rough draft, but like
Yeah,
it
but
could have
not.
been
It wasn't
given
perfected.
another professional go
Yeah.
ahead, and they were just like, it's out
Well,
for Valentine's Day.
if it was given a little bit more love and care,
Yeah.
It almost felt like a
a-
streaming release.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm
And I don't
more.
really mean that
Don't
in a
even get me
bad way.
started on
'Cause,
streaming
again,
releases.
I don't think the movie is bad at all.
Mhm.
I think it's a fine movie. I do think there's lots better movies you could watch, but I still think it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was an enjoyable watch where you can
It
just
was.
turn your
It's
brain
one of
off.
those watches where am I
and
myself
enjoy it.
ever gonna wake up one day and go, oh, I really want to watch Love Hurts? No.
Probably
But
not.
if someone else does and they put Love Hurts on while I'm with them, I'm not gonna say, yo, I don't want to watch this,
Yeah.
right? It's not a movie where I'm gonna go, oh, I love this, I gotta see it so many times. But if it's on, I'm not gonna complain.
But yeah, with the villain, just like his first scene, you just see him
Oh, it's goofy.
kind of
Yeah.
like just aggressively drinking his
Boba.
boba tea, which I guess
Yeah.
is
Like the whole time.
a very aggressive foreshadowing. But
Yeah, I do. I
Yeah.
do think it's kind of cool. I like creativity, and really like creativity in fight choreography. So I like the straw and the specifics of he held his thumb over the one end so that it would actually work as a weapon.
Mhm.
And I like that was a small detail, but I liked that. It show that he's like, oh, he's dangerous. He could kill
He
anyone
knows how
at
to
any
use
time.
a
He
boba
always
straw.
has boba.
He knows how to use a boba straw.
And I was like, that's goofy as hell. But
That is goofy as hell,
honestly,
but it's baller.
it is kind of cool. It's kind of fun. It's whatever.
real gang member stuff.
Real gang member stuff. You can't trust him
Absolutely.
with the boba.
Also, like the
No one gets
right-hand
boba at
man,
the gang.
right-hand henchman who I don't think he said a single word through the whole movie when he was fighting What's-Her-Face. And he took like 3 or 4 tasers, some
yeah.
to the throat.
Oh,
Regardless,
yeah.
Yeah.
one
I watched
guy,
that
the
and I was like,
poet-
that is insane. The poet guy,
Raven.
Raven.
the poet
Raven,
who
I
looked like
like
a Final Fantasy character with his cape
Yeah,
and
he
knives.
looked crazy. But like, I liked it. I liked
Yeah.
how goofy his character kind of was.
His whole subplot with his romance thing was kind of boring, though. I never really wanted to see any of.
Oh yeah, no, it was.
So I was always like,
boring, but
okay,
it was
I'm like,
so
take me back to
goofy.
Marv. I'm like, I want to see Marv.
It was goofy and just it was kind of random, but I was like, whatever.
Mhm.
This is it. I think they were like, oh, we're making an action romance. Let's throw in a little bit more
Let's do a little
romance
something
again,
else.
and make this guy some bad boy poet who this emo chick falls in love with. And I'm like, yeah, okay, baller, let's go, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, it was there. His character was fun, but like,
Yeah.
also his last fight, that was cool. But I kind of thought he was
Talk
also
about the
gonna
last
show up.
fight. since you guys also really want to talk about it. But sorry, I cut you off, Wayne. I didn't mean to.
Yeah. Raven's last fight, like when they were in the house and everything, like, that was super cool. I think that fight scene was also very fun. I mean, the way he finished the two guys, I was like, you could have done this way longer ago. And it just seemed sort of like meh. And then I thought maybe he's gonna like show up and help Marv at the LPK place. And I thought that would be cool to see him taking down a bunch more guys with him. I enjoyed that stuff. And it didn't happen. We were stuck with Adriana Bose.
Yeah.
And she did some cool stuff, I will admit. She did some cool stuff too. But I liked the goofy character of him throwing feathers and knives and
Yeah.
it's like it for half the movie I thought his name was Craven. And I just didn't question it. I was like, okay, they just straight up were like, okay, a headhunter named Craven, and he uses cool arm knives and throws knives and stuff, and he's really
And he also reads his victims' poetry.
like. I was like, this sounds a lot like Craven the Hunter, but like whatever. And then I was like, oh, it's just Raven. Oh, okay, that's cool too, but it still makes the same thing.
Raven.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Goofy character belongs in some sort of like.
The whole movie's kind of like been done there before.
Exactly.
But
I don't think I can say anything else until we're talking about the final fight of the movie, because I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah, all the rest of my thoughts are on the final fight.
Yeah, pretty much. Big. I'm a huge fan of metaphors. I'm a huge fan of showing something happening rather than telling you what's happening very clearly.
Versus brother stuff, big time. That's kind of displayed in just full
the
fight
choreography. I'm saying
really
final fight, I mean the brother versus brother fight. That is the final fight of the film. And so I thought that was pretty cool. At first I was like, okay, sick. I liked how at first his brother was actually only fighting with one arm, which as obvious, but I still picked up on that and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then he slowly, has to use both arms. And then he starts resorting to other things, like the straw. And when the straw didn't work, he went for their childhood baseball bat.
Their shared childhood baseball bat that they would play baseball together with. And then you want to know what Marv did? So I'm sorry.
I'm talking. When
I'd like to know what
Marv broke it.
Marv broke the bat.
He broke their bat. One thing that his brother kept that was theirs, almost as a tie. Marvin broke that in half. He didn't even care. And then his bracelet broke. One thing he kept that his brother was like, "Oh, there's my monster." As soon as he started pulling out the bracelet and getting that ready, his brother's like, "There he is." And he broke that. I'm a big fan of actually have some sort of meaning and come into play. I was a big fan of seeing those break and be like, "Oh shit. Yeah, that makes sense. This is cool."
Those beats just kind of hit in the right way.
Yeah.
There are a lot of scenes where just everything feels right.
Yep.
I kind of really liked the costume design. I know it's not like anything crazy, but
no, but I really,
it just stood out to me. It was just clean fits. It just felt like a really nice just movie character costumes. I don't know, it just felt like it did its job right.
I fully agree. I think
same thing with the sound design. The sound design was also
everything just felt. It was just nice.
Yes.
Some of the moment-to-moment shooting, the conversations, and how majority of the movie is kind of shot, like when you look at it in full picture, especially the longer it goes on, when it is just kind of a bit more narrative, exposition heavy on the story side, it does get kind of slow. And it did have the thought when he had kidnapped the guy and put him in the laundry room of the show house. It kind of gave me a thought that, one, that's such a cheap way to get a set. Well, what do we do? We'll make him a realtor agent, so sets are just in empty houses. But still, I had the thought that you could so take that movie and play on it if you wanted to do the Valentine's Day thing. You could do the fun over-the-top rom-com thing where you have one of them have been from the life of crime, or both of them be from the life of crime, but they're both realtors. Play up on almost because something we didn't talk about is a property brother is in this movie.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Kind of TV show angle of a couple's Chip and Joanna Gaines type beat, but one of them is kind of getting drawn into the life of crime and one of them doesn't. So you could have a Valentine's push and pull, and you could kind of have something a bit more fun going on than just a crime thriller that kind of feels like Tarantino light, but extra light.
Yeah.
Again, it's not terrible, it kind of borders on terrible here and there, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, like it just the key word there is like it just borders, like it's not outright. Sometimes you're like potentially.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys have anything to say about the final brother on brother fight?
You kind of covered everything for me.
Damn, my bad.
No, you just kind of hit all the right notes that I was thinking. Like I like that.
Glad.
It was kind of
Yeah, you're like a
scene for me.
master movie watcher.
The choreography was really cool between
Thank
Kiki
you.
Quan, and there's just like a lot of cool kills and action fights and moves that he did that I'm
Yeah.
happy to see him doing. Even if I didn't love everything he's in, I'm just happy to see him
Yeah.
around. And I just like
Dr.
I like seeing him
Jones.
and stuff, especially when it's something I enjoy enough like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't have anything to say on the brother and brother fight, but I would like to talk about that property brother.
Yeah.
We can talk about the property brother.
It just stood out to me. It's bizarre. I don't know how
It
you
was-
guys
I was
yeah,
like, at first I was like, oh, like it's just another realtor, like just a throwaway character. And then I think it was like the second time he showed up on screen, I was then like, oh shit, that's Zooey Deschanel's husband. Like,
Yeah.
What?
I was like, okay,
Oh, I forgot. I forget about that.
yeah. I was like, okay, new girl,
Crazy.
new girl represent. But no, I was kind of like, okay, and then like they mentioned that like he was like a black belt in karate, and I'm like, yeah, of course, I gotta stop talking.
No, that's what happened. It was bizarre.
They were like, oh, you know, I had some thoughts, but y'all rock with SpongeBob. Like John Wick was in that movie.
SpongeMan.
He was.
SpongeMan tops, dude.
SpongeMan does pop. Let's be real.
So
Transition. Would you guys recommend Love Hurts?
If you just want something to chill to, like if you're gonna just
like
like watch a movie with your partner and be like, let's just throw on a movie in the background, chat, make out, chat, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, it's a good movie.
no, like that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like if you want like a movie just for like the background to like cook or clean to or do whatever the hell Alina was saying, then this is a contender. Is it the movie? No, it's not, but it is an option.
It's an option.
Yeah, it's just a background. So on a scale of 1 to 10, would I recommend it?
I'd give
Like
it like a 5 or a 6.
I'm gonna say a 4.
I'm like, yeah, if you want to, I'm not gonna say no, don't watch it. But like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, you should watch Love Hurt.
Yeah, that's fair.
For me,
If you're like,
5,
I'm thinking of
closer
watching
to a
Love
6
Hurt, I'd
than
be
a
like,
4.
yeah, go for it.
Okay, epics today.
Check it out.
Now
if
on
you
to
wanna
my
see some fun
little-
action.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
It's an hour and 32 minutes to be exact. It's not anything crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
By the end of the movie, the only thing I was thinking about was I was like, damn, I finished all my chicken strips. Like,
See, yeah. But yeah, it's only an hour and 30 minutes, which is only 10 minutes longer than our other movie that we watched.
So true.
Cronos from
Absolutely.
1992 by Guillermo Del Toro.
Guillermo Del Toro.
yeah.
First feature, by the way. Very first directorial feature, which makes it all the more incredible. All
Oh,
the
yeah.
specifically, but
I'm gonna be so honest. I was fully invested for the last 30 to 40 minutes. I spent the first half trying to multitask and build a vanity as well as watch the movie, and I did pretty good. So I know what's going on.
Because I was reading the lines out to her for what they were saying.
She was helping me figure out
gotcha.
what was happening. But
Because disclaimer, this movie is in Spanish with a little bit of English dialogue.
Cronos is a Spanish-English film, so it's mostly told through subtitles or English words.
Yeah,
like Perlman's character plays, I assume, an American who speaks English sometimes and will then talk to our main character kind of begrudgingly in Spanish.
yeah,
I assume
Where
that's the
does
context.
this movie take place?
It takes place. I don't
not
know.
entirely
not in
sure.
America.
Not in
Yeah, well,
America.
because we can just assume that that Ron Perlman's character Angel and then his uncle
Yeah,
Joe LaGuardia,
everyone
they come from America, and then everyone else is from there. At least
or wherever they
we
are.
assume
everyone speaks
Yeah.
Spanish.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
would
it
assume
feels
it's
like a very rich
in a
person,
Spanish country.
rich people coming out of their way to come to this country in search of
Mhm.
the
Yes.
Cronos
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I wanna
Guillermo
be
Del Toro's
Cronos.
first feature. It came out in
Big fan.
1993. I don't
92.
know how old
92.
92.
92.
I don't know how old he was when he made this, but
Let me look that up.
it's kind of interesting to
You're gonna
see
hear clicking.
just in context for the rest of his movies, because I've seen, I don't know, like a handful of his movies.
I've only ever seen Pacific Rim for like another Guillermo del Toro movie.
Have you seen?
This
Shape
is
of
the
Water?
second. Nope.
No, she hasn't.
This is
It
the
was
second
28.
Guillermo del Toro movie I've seen.
He was 28
Yeah,
when he made
she hasn't seen Shape of. Yes, he was 28. She hasn't seen Shape of Water. She also hasn't seen Pan's Labyrinth.
No, but I want
Or
to.
you've seen Hellboy. You saw the first Hellboy.
Oh yeah, Hellboy. I saw the first one.
Yeah, okay. So you still,
Yeah.
but you still see that exact same themes you see in all of his movies, the same kind of just monster designs and horror elements and just heavy mood, and like even like from the opening intro credits, just seeing the character kind of just walk around, the father grandpa character,
Yes.
Jesus walk around with his daughter, just kind of the introductory of the movie.
I enjoy it.
It's just shot very well, and the soundtrack to it and the flow just feels like a very perfectly by the beat kind of just how this movie kind of should be done, especially when it was his first feature. It's very, very just smart and just very cohesive.
It is, yeah.
It's 80 minutes. It's 80 minutes of just a very well-paced story. I don't think I ever once felt like it was going on too long. I wasn't even getting enough. Like, by the end, I was like, yeah, the story is told. Like, I was... Which sometimes, if a movie's, like, super short, I'm like, okay, but, like, I wish there was more.
There was some in the middle where it kind of didn't feel like a drag, but definitely feels like it.
It didn't have to be.
It could be cut a little bit shorter, but not anything that felt like it cut with the vibe. Everything felt right, and that's just if you criticize that.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
What to cut or if everything was necessary. Everything just doesn't feel right.
It does. Feels very nice. I'm a big... I mean, I love Shape of Water. I really love the Hellboy movies.
We love Eusebio.
We love Abe Sapien.
Yes.
Oh my god. I haven't finished Pan's Labyrinth. I have like maybe 30, 40 minutes left, and what I have seen, I absolutely love.
That's enough to 100% know that it fucking rocks.
It's fantastic. I love how he like whatever color palettes he uses.
Yeah, Guillermo's color grading.
Color grading.
The cinematographers he works with is just perfect.
Yes. Fantastic. I when I was watching it, I was watching and I was like, this is Guillermo Del Toro through and through. It is so obvious, and it's really cool to see where his kind of monsters, the look kind of started, because it just got better.
Spoilers yet again.
Yes.
Because I kind of want to talk about that Frankenstein moment where the movie takes a bit of a shift. Like that would be a really good place to talk about, because that's something I've been wanting to talk about. Just to get out of the way before I guess spoilers, but I would 100% recommend Cronos. It rocks.
100%.
Yes, it rocks. It's good.
I would recommend
it's
it.
Perfect horror. It leans in the cheesy kind of horror. A lot of the sound effects are very electric and cartoony, and
I got something to say.
It feels like the part of the classic horror. Yes.
Yeah. 100% recommend from me.
This movie, you guys, and I pray you can agree. You will agree with me. This movie gets 5 big booms.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would agree. I think
I see 5 big booms.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that, Casey?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
Oh. Boom! 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 That was legitness. Oh my god.
That was legit.
It's officially 5 big booms from Miley, and from Elise.
Yeah. I think 5 big booms.
Okay, bet.
Maybe 4, but I think it's 5. No, it's 5. I would 100% recommend it.
Okay, then do the booms.
Boom! 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 How was that?
No, it's good.
We're the movie theater guys. Of course we do big booms.
Of course we do big booms.
We're movie theater guys.
Of course I get a large pop and popcorn.
Double chunk chocolate cookie.
Can I please get a double chunk chocolate cookie before
I think my coworkers think I'm schizophrenic. I think my coworkers think I'm schizophrenic because one day at work I couldn't stop saying double chunk chocolate cookie, and exactly like that. And then they'd look at me. I'm like, I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, you were just stimming.
I was just stimming.
Do you guys think Sesame Street has forever changed since that double chunk chocolate cookie thing? Cookie Monster just has a whole new aura.
It really does.
Do
Cookie Monster already had aura.
Just to writing Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster already had crazy aura.
They're feeling the pressure that they need to bring Cookie Monster back because
Cookie Monster
the Costco are now going.
You guys done a collab with the Cookie Monster?
I don't know.
I don't think so. There was one point in time where if the Cookie Monster said, guys, go eat this cookie, people were running to eat that cookie.
It's true.
But now the Costco guys are the ones saying, go eat this cookie. And people are only taking cookie advice from the Costco guys when there's a guy literally named Cookie Monster. So to come to my conclusion, Cookie Monster gives the better advice when it comes to cookies. So I think the Muppet writers are scrambling to make him relevant again.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, like, as a professional scientific explanation of
Yeah.
what the Costco guys mean to the Cookie Monster economy,
Yeah, it's detrimental.
No, shout out.
I'm a big
We watched
thinker.
Cronos.
I'm a big thinker, because this movie made me think. Not really,
Bad.
actually.
Did it make you
But
think
Yeah,
that he was
Monster
gonna
has
lick that blood?
hold on real quick. Cookie
did.
Monster has not done a Costco guys collab.
Wow, that's a
Collab.
tough waiting to happen. I will bet money on it. What's that betting app where you can do anything? I will bet 10 billion
Say,
Robux on
Hell yeah.
donate to me, donate to the poor and needy, donate to the poor and needy. I'm the poor and needy.
If I win the bet.
Because I'm not going to talk about my paycheck on the podcast, actually.
No.
It's so
No,
much better
Cronos.
than all of your guys's, so don't.
No, it's only in the double digits.
Oh.
Okay, so like a big thinker, did you think he was gonna lick up all that blood like a freak?
No. Nah,
In
he
the
got
bathroom?
he went freaky on that
He
shit.
went low-key. Saltburn took inspiration.
Also,
Yeah,
this movie
low-key.
also reminded me of The Substance a little bit, and kind of that pace of having
Yes.
a device
Yeah, I
that makes
still
you
haven't
younger.
seen that.
Instantly recognizing that the Cronos device is like a allegory for an addiction, something that makes you feel better and younger and more capable, and,
Mm-hmm.
or just whatever variation of that.
Yeah, I still haven't
But
seen
it takes a
Substance,
toll on
actually.
you is kind of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that same kind of movement of him turning, I don't know, it's really neat.
Can we get into spoilers? Are we into that?
Yeah, we're into spoilers.
Okay. He traded his whole life for eternal life, and he
Not
got
gonna lie.
he got better. He got better, but for a while there, it was like, damn. Yeah, he could live forever.
Because the movie
Well,
starts and he's
why would he his
like an
entire
old grandpa taking care of.
Yeah.
His granddaughter.
And
Yeah.
he's kind of hobbling around, and he owns an antique store, and he's in possession of this statue that has this ancient device meant for eternal life that has this huge big backstory behind it. Like, he's not like entirely defenseless, but he's just kind of just an old guy, just down on his luck, just doing his thing. And you just kind of slowly see him get more empowered and like feeling better on himself, and he shaves his mustache, and it's kind of weird at first, but then he starts to look a lot slimmer and younger, and after
It made me
a
so
while,
sad.
it kind of just turns him into a monster, and it's just like that kind of just classic horror beat and story.
Love
Just
it.
really, it really works for me.
It made me really sad when he walked into his antique shop and it was trashed. I was like,
Yeah.
no. I was like, he worked so hard to get all that, and it was probably so expensive and valuable.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really good.
Yeah, because Ron
one
Perlman is
thing-
in this movie.
Yep, he is the trasher. He's the trash man. Okay.
Bless you.
Bless you, Queen.
Bless you. Bless you.
One
Ron
thing
Perlman.
I need
yes.
to point out, we're skipping Ron Perlman. I'm sorry, I love the guy.
Okay. He was in Resurrection, so it doesn't really matter.
But okay, can we talk about the shots of the inner mechanisms of the Cronos device?
Yeah,
I
the
loved
cool
it.
Those
fucking
were fucking
bugs. That was
sick.
probably actually so big, I imagine. I'd love to check out the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
me too. The second that I saw that, I was like, oh my good lord, this is amazing. And also for Guillermo Del Toro's directorial debut, him doing that in this movie, oh my god, he is the
Amazing.
messiah of filmmaking.
Crazy.
He really has had a really, really strong just
Yeah.
great
record
impact.
over the years and really strong output.
Mhm.
There's not very many filmmakers that have released so consistent
So many bangers.
Yeah.
so many bangers.
Banger after
That's a
banger.
banger. That's a
So many
banger.
just Mexican delicious empanadas that you just want to love.
Yeah.
You want to
Ooh.
buy like a Criterion Collection overpriced thing from Barnes & Noble and half priced at a certain month. But
Yeah.
I never do because I don't have money. But
Oh.
I love Guillermo del Toro. All of his movies have just like a really heart-filled soul and passion to them, and they always feel like they have a story. Like every single one of his
Yeah.
movies have a
one
full-blown
of my-
story. Like this movie is ambitious with how much just
I-
stuff it covers, locations and characters, and
I love that Guillermo Del Toro I can't really speak too much for Hellboy. It's been a minute since I've seen it and like paid attention to it.
Valid.
Be a fun one to watch.
I'm more talking Shape of Water, Pan's Labyrinth, and Cronos. I love that they, as you mentioned, they have a story. Yeah, it's creatures and it's kind of weird, but that's like it is and it isn't the main focus, you know?
Spectacle is usually the context and like the
Yes.
plot, but the actual story is always
Like-
a very character, human, emotional, thematic
Like-
element that just keeps everything feeling how
Pan's
you want a
Labyrinth-
story too.
I'll just really quickly, I'm not even going to get into details about these two movies because I want to watch them at some point with you guys on the podcast. I think they'd be awesome to talk about, but Pan's Labyrinth, like, it talks about trauma and mental abuse and everything, and
you
like,
sometimes just
all
through
of
like
it.
character designs or just through just
Through
like world building cues,
things.
and that's super neat.
And it's brutal. Like, it's a brutal movie, actually. Like, you feel it. Like, it is so good. And Shape of
That
Water
glass cutting
just
scene in
has
Pan's
my heart.
Labyrinth.
Yeah. Shape of Water has my heart. Again, it's kind of bizarre. People are like, man, it's a fish man. I don't care. It's
Doug Jones.
lovely. It's Doug Jones.
Doug Jones.
And
yes, he may be a fish, but he has a name.
yes, he may be a fish, but he's a man. And I found it's a lovely story. It's a lovely romance between these two characters who are completely misunderstood or just not understood at all by the people they are surrounded by, but they are able to understand each other and find peace each other. And it's lovely, but it's brutal. Both of them, both Pan's Labyrinth and Shape of Water, are pretty.
Cronos has a lot of those same
crazy.
attributes to it, honestly.
Exactly.
You kind of feel as freaked out when the movie wants you to. Like when he does lick that bathroom floor, I was not.
It's gross, and I like that he leans into both. This is gross. This is brutal. This isn't something fun, and then leans into the actual mood and like soft moments. It leans into.
Yeah.
It's like you're constantly being hit with a bag of rocks and then a pillow.
He does that storybook thing where he makes you feel really cozy and soft, especially when he does give you something like that scene in Pan's Labyrinth with that like knife in his mouth, and it's like the most just unsettling shit you've seen in a movie in years. That you're just like, God, I don't.
It's like gross. Yeah. To watch
one scene from Cronos that I feel had a good mix of like the getting hit by a rock and then a pillow is at pretty close to the end where he kills Angel, they fell, and then Aurora, his granddaughter, comes down, and at this point in the movie also she has had no lines. She only has one line, one word in the entire movie, and Jesus, he is like turned into like a vampire, pretty much, almost, right?
Yeah.
He's drinking blood out of like you see him drink
zombie full munching.
Yeah. And he sees his granddaughter and is like, oh, like, because she cut her hand, so she's bleeding. And you can see the monster part of him, like, taking over. He's, like, gonna eat his own granddaughter. And then, like, she just looks at him and she says, like, one word. She just was like, grandfather? And then he immediately was like, oh my God, what is wrong with me? And, like the shot, like, just the discomfort of watching him look at his granddaughter like she's, like, a meal that he needs to eat because he's starving, to then him immediately going, oh my God, what is wrong with me, is just, it's amazing. I love it.
I like that a lot. I also, on top, this is the last scene in the film, but I think it was honestly beautiful, is seeing him in this weird state in bed.
Scaly fish skin.
Yeah, he's got his weird
always loved weird scaly fish skin.
Yeah, he's got this weird new flesh. And he's dying. Yeah, so like he's dying there, but his granddaughter doesn't care. It's still him, and even his wife comes by. It's weird shit, but they don't care, and it's a soft moment, but it's also like, this looks crazy, Yeah. It's like, this dude should be dead, and a day ago she thought he was dead and like cremated, and now he's back in bed dying. I like that she isn't questioning it, and she's like, yeah, no, that's my husband. I'm gonna be here for him when he dies.
I noticed that too, just the way that they interacted with each other and just kind of.
Yeah, it was just kind of like.
It was a very welcoming, nice scene after all the very just
dark,
just legit violence
wild
for like a prolonged amount of time.
Yeah, it was a nice, fantastic ending to the film. I think it was so good. A very decently paced movie, and the story was understandable and had a good conclusion. No open ends,
Yeah.
really,
Chronos,
which I
Mhm.
appreciate. mm,
The Chronos device got repaired, baby.
What do you mean it got repaired?
In
He broke
Chronos
that.
2.
There's a second Kronos?
No, I'm just
no.
making shit up.
Oh, like when you guys gaslit me about Agatha Harkness?
She
No.
has spider legs.
Don't bring that up again.
Like a
She doesn't believe
squid.
it.
Like a squid.
She got crazy legs, dude.
Spider legs
Yo,
like a
stop.
squid.
No, guys, stop.
Something I do
I
want to
know.
talk about, even though Miley banned me from it.
Oh.
Ron Perlman's
Oh.
plastic nose, his plastic surgery
Yes,
nose.
please
That he
ban you
brings
for
up
talking
throughout the
about
whole
Ron
movie when he keeps
Perlman.
getting it punched in.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Or
I
like
love it.
anytime. Oh my god! I want to tell you about my favorite scene in the movie.
Do it.
My
Okay.
absolute favorite scene in the movie is when he first, after he's like bitten by the spider egg.
Yeah.
Oh, when he's talking about his different noses?
No. Well, yeah, but
Oh.
well, that's what I was talking about earlier. But when the main character who's first bitten by the thing, now it's late at night and he goes to open the fridge and he gets a snack of something. He stares at me
Oh,
and then
yeah.
he just chugs
Miley
water.
pointed that out to me.
And he goes back and chugs water again and just chugs
Yep.
water again.
Yes,
And
he's
it's just the
chugging that
pace of
water.
how that's real because he has
I
like a
love
lit
that.
cigarette in his hand. And
No, because I saw that scene and then I
Like real.
immediately went, me after smoking a bowl. Like,
Real.
literally.
That's so real.
I'm like, I
Miley,
need 5 gallons of water
in
immediately.
that same scene, you pointed out how much you like.
Mhm.
He looks in the fridge and it's a plate of raw meat.
Raw meat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a prolonged shot.
Really, I also just, bro, nothing does it like old-timey horror movies.
Yeah.
Or, honestly,
Classic.
nobody even does it anymore like older directors. Like, tell me why in modern day movies when it's like shot at night, I'm like, what am I watching? But then you see
Yeah.
movies like this, like, bro, it is the middle of the night. Really, the only light that we should be seeing is from like the moon and the fridge, yet we can still see everything.
So that way you
Yep.
could have all the detail in the shot because the camera catches it.
Yep,
Just, I imagine,
exactly. No,
with
it's
the camera.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Cronos.
Like the rooftop shot, like everything was super clear and nice, and I love that. Like
Yeah.
almost Batman feeling.
Ooh.
The hard emotional and just like tonal cut from
Mhm.
him, from our main character dying and like
Mhm.
lamenting about how he's dying, to
Mhm.
the hard cut of upbeat mechanic punk music while he's getting embalmed is the funniest shit ever.
It's crazy.
Fucking, I know. I was
Wild.
actually really confused. So for reference, me and Alina rented this this movie on YouTube to watch, right?
Shout
And
out.
at first, I was like, is this like an ad for some shit? Like, what am I watching right now? I noticed that the guy behind him was like holding a Bible, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I was beyond confused.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
fucking
no,
hilarious.
that cut was
Wild.
pretty good. It has a good sense of
Oh,
humor throughout, like
yeah.
legitimately, like
It
a really
does.
fun
Bro,
sense of humor, despite
him
being pretty
wearing that
heavy.
backwards ass tux for the rest of the movie too.
Didn't even notice.
He put that shit on backwards.
It's like all tattered up and broken.
Yeah.
Love. Love.
Yeah, when
Love.
it turned like full
I wanted to
Frankenstein
know-
when he woke up after that and like he had like stitches in his forehead, and then it really turned it when he started going full zombie. I was like, okay, I see what we're doing. We're going.
When
full
he was like,
crazy by
look
the
at
end
me,
of the
I'm
movie, like,
decaying,
it's
and then
Batman.
literally, and then De La Guardia was like, you just need to shed your skin,
Yeah.
and like started ripping his face off. I was like, I was immediately like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Later on, he shoves his hand underneath his stomach skin and is like ripping all that. It's so gnarly.
I love that.
So gnarly. I was like, oh my good lord.
I
There was some
love
cool
it.
Oh
shit.
my
The prosthetics, like
good lord.
A
Guillermo
big
Del
fan of
Toro has
prosthetics.
always done awesome work on prosthetics and costumes and makeup, and
Right.
also
Yes.
same thing. Costume design is really, really great.
Yes, it is. Ooh. 9 out of 10, I recommend Cronos.
I'd recommend it to, I think, everybody.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah,
despite it
agree.
being scary and spooky, it's also presented in
It's
a
really
very
good.
Honestly, I
approachable,
don't even
just
think it's scary. It's just kind
It's
of like
unnerving, and it fits
unnerving.
into the horror genre because of that. It's
It's just kind of like, okay,
uncomfortable.
this is getting spooky-ooky.
yeah. It's
Yep.
I think it's very just approachable and from anybody, and it's very
Would I
enjoyable.
show it to a 4-year-old? No.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
I think it could be enjoyed by anybody. I mean, don't show it to a 4-year-old, but a 4-year-old I think could
I
probably
feel like
comprehend
you
a
might
lot
be
of it.
carrying grandpa and go
yeah,
literally
that's
you.
why I wouldn't show a 4-year-old.
That's very true. They literally
Yeah.
have like an audience member. They're like, child, I understand everything.
Yeah.
Some child is gonna watch that and feel enlightened. I don't know. That just feels right to me.
Nah, I
Like
don't know about
Pan's
that.
Labyrinth.
Yeah, that's Pan's Labyrinth. That is not.
When I was a child and I saw Free Willy for the first time, I felt like I was part of like the Enlightenment. Like I felt like I lived through the Enlightenment period.
Yeah, that's because that's what it's supposed to do. That Cronos is not Free Willy.
Free Willy is not supposed to enlighten you. Is it?
Oh,
It
Yeah,
is.
I think so. That's like the.
It
I mean,
is.
In the
I
sense
watched
about
the
protecting animals
DVD
and the
commentary,
environment.
and
Oh yeah,
that
Free
was
Willy.
debatable.
Willy is. Bro, they showing kids Free Willy. They're enlightening the kids.
They're enlightening the kids. They show us Free Willy at school.
Showing the kids Free Willy and enlightening them. Help!
Help! Stop enlightening our children.
My 4-year-old's woke.
For the kids, Cronos,
Free
not
Willy.
Free Willy.
I just
Free
want to
Willy
just
made
one
my
time.
kid
I
woke.
love how much we talk over each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Okay. No.
Yes.
Man. Man.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
No.
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 So.
Does anybody have any other thoughts on Cronos?
No, I
Like,
just can't
any
think
at all,
about
any
like Free
scenes you
Willy
wanna shout
turned my
out, or-
kid woke.
I don't think
so
so.
glad I talked over
probably
whatever
I don't
Miley said.
Shabuzi bar song.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad I talked over whatever she said again.
Yeah.
I heard
I think-
Shabuzi
you
bar
know what?
song.
I think that's a good place to end Cronos.
I really liked Ron Perlman too. He was very young and
It was really good. It
very
was really good.
square-headed, and I really enjoyed
Sorry guys,
that.
I'm
I think.
stimming right now.
Okay. All right.
Miley, would you recommend Cronos?
Yes. I give it a
Yes?
solid 8 out of
Alina?
10. Okay.
Yes, I
Would
would
you
also
recommend
recommend Cronos.
Since he banned me from talking just because I shout out Shabuzi.
Yeah.
I also recommend Cronos.
Yes. Oh. Burn.
Alright.
Yes, break.
It's time for a lovely intermission, as Alina just barely said. It is your time to go pee or do whatever you want. But
Yeah.
we will be back with
Some topics. We'll be back with some more little fun
I feel like
topics.
I'm gonna survive in this next like bullshitter section.
Yeah, sure. We'll call it a bullshit section. We'll see you in the
We-
bullshit section of the video.
we have topics and
Okay, later guys. We'll see you back
Intermission.
in the intermission. Stream bar song by Shabuzi.
that's getting cut so hard.
Yeah. Oh my god, Lego sex.
What?
Lego sex.
Lego
What the
sex.
fuck are you on?
Lego gay sex.
Do you have a picture of Lego gay sex?
No picture didn't happen. Prove it. No picture didn't happen.
Sent it to you. Yeah.
I only saw minions.
Oh, yeah, okay, you must not be. Okay, here we go. Now it's for you all. Nope, that was just the wrong thing. Here we go. This is for you guys.
It looks like a woman.
Yeah, it's like gay sex.
Nope, it's a man. I see it.
Yeah, that's what I found.
Okay.
Welcome to the topics, and there are a lot of movies that we haven't seen, including a lot of ones that are coming up. What are some of your guys' most anticipated movies that are coming up?
Make it 17.
Yeah.
Make it 17.
Make it 17.
100%.
Honest to
I'm
God,
so
too. I believe it comes out this year. The new Jurassic World.
The next, yeah, that comes out in like July or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
World Rebirth.
I'm excited. I like.
What I wanted to do for Valentine's Day was get McDonald's and watch Jurassic Park. It was amazing.
Taller.
Jurassic World Rebirth is by Gareth Edwards, who did Rogue One, and the creator was really good.
Yeah.
Well, the creator was.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say the creator is really good, but there's a lot to love about the creator, especially if you're into visual effects and.
The creator is a movie?
Yes, it's a movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What are some
Oh my god.
new movies you guys are excited to come out? Excited for it to come out?
Mickey 17 by Bong Joon-ho. I think it'll be
Super soon.
amazing. I think it's just gonna. I love Robert Pattinson. I love him. I think he's a great actor. And
Just the voice that
Mickey
he's doing
17,
is
I
awesome.
think. Huh?
Yeah.
Just the voice that he's doing is awesome. Like it's.
I know. Well, because
really
he was
cool.
also. I didn't at first when I watched the trailer for the new Studio Ghibli movie, The Boy and the Heron. I didn't know that Robert Pattinson was in that.
No.
He voices the Heron. Yeah, and I was like, holy! Robert Pattinson is an amazing actor because he can also do voice acting as well as physical acting, which I think is really great because
Yeah.
there's different techniques to it and everything.
It adds a really big layer to his roles. I fucking love about seeing.
Oh yeah,
he
yeah.
does a different thing.
Oh my god, him and the Batman, phenomenal. We'll talk about the Batman another time because this is.
Yup.
I'm just excited for that.
But the
I'm
Batman Part
really
2's coming
excited.
out, and that's gonna be really fucking exciting.
That will be.
Yes, it
That will
will.
be. I'm just fucking stoked to just like see a new Robert Pattinson movie, honestly. And also, there's a scene where the two Mickey clones have a threesome with a girl, and so I'm excited to see that in the film. I think that'll be good. Two Robert Pattinsons having sex? Oh my god.
Please. That sounds like something someone would write at the height of Twilight.
Oh my god, Jacob X. Edward M. Prague.
No.
Cut
The
that.
Minecraft movie. Minecraft. I
I
am
am
excited for
Oh.
Minecraft. The movie. A Minecraft movie.
I'm a dedicated wham.
To a Minecraft movie. Apparently not a lot, but you know.
Yeah. Do you want to join me and my dad's server? We have a server.
my Minecraft server?
We have a Minecraft server.
I did a little woogly search. I did a little Google search to see what upcoming movies are coming out.
Okay, Google boy.
Bolts.
Yep, that's coming out.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four. I'm really
Yes.
interested and excited to see.
I'm apprehensively
watch
excited for that.
Avatar
I'm also
3 is this
apprehensively.
year,
Yeah, 3 hours of people playing with fire. Shout out to the
Dude,
Stone Age.
They're gonna do Earth next or Air. I don't know which one was the first movie.
Air,
It'll be 5,
dumbass.
so I guess the first one's the prequel.
Air. The first one is Air, motherfucker.
Now You See Me 3, bro.
Yeah, there's only like 4 Now You See Me fans.
Actually, Mortal Kombat 2 is coming out this year.
Oh.
Yes. And I'm excited for that.
Did we watch the first
2.
one?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was really fun.
Scorpion
Oh,
and like
cool.
Sub-Zero is cool. A lot of the main story was kind of forgettable because they created a new character who was
Oh,
supposed to be like
boring.
a new.
Yeah.
It was alright. The Scorpion stuff and Sub-Zero stuff was cool. Kano was fun.
Yes, okay.
This one is gonna actually probably be the Mortal Kombat tournament because that's where the story goes. It's just annoying that they made like a prequel story to that. But yeah, we also got Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Or.
Or I saw him do that live and it was amazing.
Who?
Whatever.
Kellen Goff is
That's
his
his
name.
name.
He voices Freddy in Five
You
Nights
saw-
at Freddy's
You saw the
movie
you
and
met,
the
you met
and the
Freddy
game.
IRL. You met real Freddy.
Yeah,
Freddy.
I've met him twice because I love him in other things. And he's a lovely human being. But yeah, no, we saw him do that live, like yeah, at a panel. That was a smelly panel.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The stories I could tell about that room.
I'm also really excited for 28 Years Later and Superman. That's kind of really the only thing.
I want to talk about Superman. Can I talk about it though? Because
Yeah.
no, I can't. I don't know anything about it other than I think it looks good.
Superman.
Bitch, I haven't seen it. I don't know what to talk
There's
about.
a trailer out, but I thought the trailer looked pretty neat. I like James Gunn a lot, and I'm excited to
Yeah,
see
no.
what
Like,
he
I'm excited to be Superman be Superman, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to see people up against a version of Superman that's so
Yeah.
actually just true to what his character is instead of a legitimately very antithetical version to his
Mhm.
character. Not that that version is incorrect per se, but it's just not like what that character is or like really means. It's like when
Yeah.
a Spider-Man movie is not quite on character, people don't really love it that much. Same thing with Batman, and the same thing with Superman. And it's just nice to see a Superman movie where he's smiling and it's colorful and he's flying around, and instant just like mood shift when you see Crypto the Superdog in the trailer. And you're like, okay, I know what kind of movie this is gonna be.
You're then go, oh my god,
welcomed into it, and just the craziness that James Gunn can balance between human characters, magical animals that talk or do crazy stuff, but you're always engaged in like the actual human story that's there. And I'm excited to see James Gunn try something that's at least a little bit outside of his wheelhouse, because like it's not gonna be as crass, or it's not gonna be as crazy, and it's gonna actually be adhering to a set character and a set story that kind of doesn't mold to exactly how he makes movies, which I'm excited to see how that pans out. Hopefully, really well, and I have a good feeling about it, because I also am excited to see where the rest of that DC stuff goes. But if Superman is bad, the rest of that DC stuff is gonna fall flat so fast for me.
Oh yeah.
I heard Creature Commandos was good.
That's epic today. There's a new SpongeBob SquarePants movie coming out this year.
It's animated.
The SpongeBob movie for the SquarePants.
It's one of the new animated ones.
Is Keanu Reeves going to be in it again?
No.
Oh.
No. Maybe. I don't know. It might be Jake Paul.
No! Don't piss me off.
Could be Kai
Damn,
Cenat.
sounds like that already happened.
Kai Cenat in the SpongeBob movie.
Shut the fuck up.
A sentence.
Stop.
Kai Cenat in the SpongeBob movie. Kai Cenat in the SpongeBob movie.
I'm gonna fucking dox you. I'm gonna dox you.
I'm excited for Death of a Unicorn.
I'm excited for Sinners.
I haven't watched the trailer intentionally, because I just know I'm gonna enjoy that movie more if I watch it whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
Death of a Unicorn?
Yeah,
100%. I think it just looks funny and goofy and just interesting. For it. It's the same people who did Everything Everywhere All at Once, I believe.
Everything.
No shit. What?
Yeah. Or at least from the same studio. I'm not quite sure, but
cool.
it's I know you mentioned 28 Years Later, but I am very excited for that, because I love 28 Days Later. I've only seen 28 Weeks Later like once. And I know I really
I'd love
I know I enjoyed it,
because there is some merits to it, I think.
Exactly. I know I enjoyed it.
Not many, but
nope. I know it was still fun, and I did enjoy it, but it's not as good as 28 Days Later.
It's got a couple really good performances, 28 Weeks.
It does. I always have trouble remembering the guy's name. He's in Aragon. He is in, fucking Once Upon a Time. He's in 28 Weeks Later.
Oh, Eli Roth?
That's it.
Yeah, Eli Roth was dope. He's also in Pulp Fiction and, some other movies I haven't seen.
Oh, Full Monty, which I haven't seen, but I know he's in it. I want to watch that. I think he's fantastic. I think he just takes fun roles, honestly. He seems to just have fun with what he's doing for work. I really enjoy that. He seems like low-budget Willem Dafoe.
I love Willem
I don't think,
Dafoe.
No, he's not low-budget Willem Dafoe. He's in his own...
I was going to jump in and go, he's not low-budget, because he's done awesome things. But, like...
Eli Roth was in Once Upon a Time?
Yeah, he played Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh shit!
That guy. Now you know who we're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, my first thought was like Hook. I was like, I'd remember him. He was hot.
I mentioned he was in Aragon first. Yeah, he was the big bad guy in Aragon, and right now I can't remember his name, and I'm kind of upset about that. I'm not gonna lie. I love zombies. Love zombie movies.
What was the last movie Danny Boyle did? Because I can't remember.
Can't remember. No. Let me look it up.
Hey, Lena, look that up.
You
know what I'm not excited for? Tron Ares.
No, don't mention that guy's name.
No, he's the main character. The plot sounds terrible. It's coming out this year. Do you know what the plot is?
No.
So,
what is
I
this?
stay away from everything Jared Leto.
So
wait, what is this movie?
The Tron 3, Tron Ares.
Yeah, I know about this. Cameron Monaghan.
Okay, I like Cameron Monaghan.
Yeah, he was talking about it at Comic-Con last April.
Jared Leto's headlining it. I don't know why he gets roles. He's box office terminal cancer.
He literally is. Okay, but Morbius,
AIDS.
Morbius
Terminally. I hate to break it to him. He was doing TikTok house interviews. But either way, Tron Ares, the whole plot is that he's a program who escapes from the grid, the most interesting part of Tron, and then goes into the real world.
What the fuck, bitch? Come
that's
on.
The plot. So it's Barbie.
Last thing notable that Danny Boyle did was Yesterday from 2019. He's the only person who remembers them after waking up in an alternate reality where the Beatles never existed. I actually have never known that's what the movie was about. I knew it had something to do with Beatles,
I've
but
heard the
yeah,
like
so that was
logic
the
of
last
the
thing he
movie is
did.
kind of weird because like he wrote
Yeah.
the music and then becomes the Beatles himself. Like logistically, that wouldn't happen unless you
He
were the
did
Beatles, connected
Trainspotting
those
too,
people in those
as well.
places. But I also haven't seen the movie, so I don't know.
Mhm.
He also did Trainspotting 2 in 2017,
Oh yeah,
which I didn't
Danny
know.
Boyle's done a lot of really good stuff.
But yeah. Anyways, that was the last thing he kind of did was Yesterday. But I'm very excited to see this zombie movie. It's got Aaron Taylor Johnson. It's got Ralph Fiennes. I
Mhm.
love them. It's got more than that. I know Cillian Murphy's back. That's probably one movie I'm like most excited for. Is
Same.
I'm
You
stoked
know
for
it's
that
gonna be
one.
a two-parter or a three-parter. Early next year, they're dropping part 2
Yeah,
of it.
it was Bone Temple or whatever. We were looking through
Mhm.
shit,
Yeah,
and it was something weird like that, and I was like, damn, that sounds
cool stuff.
wild. So yeah, that's probably like my next like most anticipated movie is that one. Oh, also The Monkey. I'm actually very excited for it. I don't know if it didn't come out yet. It's coming out like right away, and I'm very
Mhm.
excited for it. I think it looks fun. Like Stephen King, but actually like fun. Like it leans more into the fun factor of things, not as scary, which is interesting to see.
But yeah,
Yeah,
cool. I think that concludes kind of what we're excited for. Any kind of upcoming neat things.
yeah.
Do we have any topics you guys want to talk about? It's topic
Oh,
time.
it is.
Fortnite announced a Cowboy Bebop collab.
What did?
I thought they've done that before.
Overwatch?
Fortnite, Cowboy
Oh,
Bebop.
Fortnite.
Yeah, I think Fortnite's done
No,
that,
that's the
hasn't? Haven't?
first time. Overwatch did a
No.
Cowboy Bebop
Right.
collab.
Right. That's wild.
You can buy Spike and Faye,
Wait,
Oh
is the
my
and then there's
god.
gonna be quests to earn like wraps and loading screens.
Oh my god. Of course.
Mhm.
I
Do they
love
have?
Cowboy
Do they have the guy? Do they have Mr. Cow? Do they have Cowboy himself?
Spike. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, you can buy Spike and Faye.
Does she have? Does she have those?
No,
What?
What?
not as big.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean
but
it's
they're still
14.
there.
I figure.
That's fair. I'm gonna have to look at those skins
I was gonna
later.
say I'll send a picture of the skins to the.
Yes. Also, I'm gonna mention. I mean, I guess it's like 2 in the morning, but
I
me
think it'll be
too.
fun.
I am
Mhm.
going to be playing that.
Gamer time. Gamer
that.
time.
Yeah. Real.
But yeah, does anybody have any other topics they want to mention before?
I got two things to talk
We're kinda
about,
just getting
and really, they're just kind of things I want to mention.
All right, go off.
The song "Lithonia" by Childish Gambino. Everybody should know the lyrics to that song by heart.
Okay.
Don't care how old you are. It's a beautiful song, 10 out of 10.
Hey.
While we were recording this episode, I was writing out the lyrics to the song in my notebook beside me.
A little crazy. Okay.
Mhm.
Go crazy.
Next
Go
thing
crazy.
is just McDonald's, I think. No, cut that.
Oh,
You
oh,
can't.
what else could I mention? Oh my god, it's cold here. But it's supposed to get up to a plus 6 degrees Celsius on Saturday. That's
Yeah, fuck you, Fahrenheit users. Fuck you.
that was
You don't know what the
a little
fucking
aggressive.
temperature is, bitch.
I was a little aggressive.
I don't care.
I wouldn't say that. I just
No,
don't.
because they say the same thing about Celsius users, bitch.
Okay, and I don't care. I don't give a flying fuck.
It's getting heated and it's getting chilly on both sides.
Shut the fuck up,
I
Casey.
Okay, okay.
And I think we just need to kind of like chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we
yeah, I'm
kinda-
not
I
actually
think we
getting
ju-
mad
I
at
think
it.
I think we just need mellow.
Oh, uh-oh.
Tickle in my throat.
There's something in your ear.
There's a tickle in my throat. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
I think we
that's
just need to
there's
mellow out a
something-
little bit.
Casey, there's something in
Alina,
your
do you have
ear.
any
They're
topics? Unless
useful.
Miley, you want to go off, but
I really like candles. I think they're nice.
Yeah, candles are lovely.
Y'all, don't buy the Salt and Stone deodorant from Sephora. I used that shit twice. Each time my pits were burning. A waste of $30. Fuck
okay.
that.
Okay.
scam alert.
Damn.
Scam alert.
Okay,
We haven't given Alina a chance to talk.
Really?
Alina, talk.
okay. Well,
Take
She
the
doesn't have
mic.
anything to say.
Take the mic.
I was
Take it, dude. You got a whole crowd. Hundreds of
Take
millions.
it.
guys, I just really like creatures with scales. Dinosaurs, dragons, thank you. I think they're pretty awesome. Snakes cool, lizards.
Raptors had some feathers on them.
I know,
True.
I know.
T-Rexes had
Some
a-
dinosaurs
had a
had like
couple.
feathers and stuff, and it's really cool. I love that shit. I love it. I'm just
No shit. You're one of those
No.
freaks that microdoses shit, aren't you?
Oh my god, no, I like that stuff. I don't, not that, no, no, I like dinosaurs. I like dinosaurs. Please, I'm just in a mind for Dino Day, guys. Okay, give me a break. Give me a break. Break me
Alright.
off a piece of that Kit Kat bar, okay?
I've been watching Invincible season 3.
Oh fuck! I saw it in season
I
2.
haven't started
Yeah.
that.
There's a new Invincible season, and it's pretty good.
I'm kind of waiting for maybe all of it to be out so I can binge watch it.
This is a
with
show that's gonna be
season-
really awesome to watch when like 5 seasons are just out.
Oh yeah, I finished season 1 and then I binge watched all of season 2 in a day because I was sick, and it was awesome. It's a really fun show to just binge watch. It's great.
It's really fun. This season, I like honestly a lot more than season 2. I think some of the animation has a lot of like shortcuts you notice a lot.
Yeah,
more,
I've seen lots of people pointing that out.
but when you watch it, you don't really notice
like,
it too much. You're just kind
whatever.
of invested in the characters and the story, and so far in that department,
Yeah.
it's moving really fast and it's neat, and I'm excited to
Yeah.
see where it goes. And it's cool.
Awesome.
There's a lot of really cool shit. The last episode I saw, episode 3, is I think one of the coolest episodes in like just the whole show.
I'm excited to watch it. How long are these episodes? Like 40 minutes?
Yeah, about.
Yeah, like there's shows like Vox Machina. I adore that show. And the episodes are like 20 minutes long and they drop 3 a week for like 4 weeks. And it's awesome. I can do that because I can sit down. Maybe it's just because I feel like I'm getting more because it feels like it's multiple episodes. It's a little bit, it's almost the same
pacing is
length.
always very.
And so with that one, I can totally do like every week I get to watch a couple episodes and I'm good. When it's just like one long episode a week, I'm like, damn, I wish I got more though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I so get that though. Like that's how I feel about The Boys when it releases weekly. I'm just like,
Yeah.
this is cool, but this is obviously part of just a bigger story that I instantly want to see more of and be a part of. Because I watched the first 3 seasons of The Boys over like 4 days.
Yeah.
Barely slept, but it was just the most fun shit I think you can have with a TV
Oh, yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, is there anything else you guys have been watching recently, or TV shows, movies, anything been playing? Anything you want to mention?
The
'Cause I-
only things I've wanted to watch lately, and I can't because we had to cancel our Disney Plus subscription, but either way, is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I love that shit
You love shit? You're into that?
right now.
Okay. Yeah, you would just play into that. Never mind.
It's true.
Damn.
Look it up
Really?
on Urban Dictionary, guys.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah,
Nope.
have you guys been watching anything?
I mean, I watched all of Good Omens that's out about a month or so ago. There's 2 seasons. A 3rd season is not exactly confirmed, but I think
That's
there's gonna
David
be a
Tennant
movie.
and
What?
Good Omens. That's the TV show with David Tennant and that
Yes.
other guy.
Yes, Michael Sheen?
Yes, I always forget his name, but like I love him.
Yeah, he's lovely, and it's the 2 of them.
Didn't he
And
do
it's
some terrible
really
stuff, or am I
fun.
confusing him with a different guy with a similar
I have
name?
no idea. Probably.
I don't know. Though.
But
Hollywood, who doesn't?
I don't think it's this guy. I don't think it's this guy in the show. I could be wrong. I'm just enjoying the content, and it's really fun. It was very enjoyable.
Sick.
That
Yeah,
was
they're
fun.
putting butter into fridge.
Bow in the fridge.
Butter.
Fun.
Yeah, that's good.
I think we're
Just
kind of right at the tail end here, ready to wrap it up. Unless you guys have anything you want.
yeah,
Dude, we should wrap this up.
yeah. It's time to wrap it up because she's
Y'all need to end this.
okay. Okay. All right.
Next week on March 11th, we'll be watching Mickey 17 and Alina's personal pick for the next episode.
My personal pick is Face Off.
Face Off.
Yes, Cage and John Travolta. That is my personal pick.
Okay.
All right.
I've never seen it. I love Nicolas Cage, and I want to see it.
If you don't want to get spoiled
Okay.
for Mickey 17 or Face Off, then you can watch those movies before the next episode comes out.
Yeah.
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 I think that's good.
Yeah.
It's 2:30.
I think that's it. It's late.
Yeah, it's late. Okay, bye, guys.